And thank you so much for choosing to practice with me today. This specific flow that I've put together can be used more of like a cool down for practice after following any of my energizing flows. Definitely a good idea to have a strap handy for a few of the binds we take here, as well as a block and blanket too. Whenever you've got all of your props and the things you need, set up your space and we'll begin standing at the very top of the mat. Begin by standing at the very top of your mat. Sweep your arms up overhead and exhale, sweep them down by your sides. Doing this a few times to warm the shoulders. Inhale, let the hands drop to heart center. Exhale, reach them up and out. Take a breath in. And exhale, sink the hips back, bend the knees. Finding your way into Utkatasana, chair pose. Keep drawing the tail back. And keeping knees in alignment as you twist your chest open, drawing the right elbow to the outer edge of the left thigh and knee. You're welcome to open your arms up. Take an inhale, come through center, and exhale to straighten out, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep arms overhead. Exhale, sink your hips back again, Utkatasana, chair pose. Find the length in your spine, tilt tail, and as you exhale, twist. Continuing to pull left hip back so that the left knee doesn't jut out in front of the right one. Take a few breaths here and inhale to come back to center, straight legs. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, halfway lift, Uttanasana. And exhale, plant the hands, step your feet into plank. Hold for a breath, shift onto the tippy toes, lower all the way down through chaturanga. Inhale, press into the hands and the tops of the feet, lift the heart, gaze over left shoulder, maybe dip into the hip, and then gaze over the right shoulder. Come back to center, curl the toes, lift the hips, and find your way to downward facing dog. Reach your heels for the earth and take a few breaths. Inhale, raise right leg into the air, and as you exhale, stack the right hip on top of the left, opening it up. Bend through the knee, drawing the right knee out wider than right wrist, and set the shin down, parallel or slightly diagonal. Make sure your back leg is straight behind you and that your toes are also pointed straight back and not sickled. This is a great place to utilize a strap if you are unable to create a bind with your hand or the crook of your elbow. And this is just a variation of pigeon pose that you can take. You're also welcome to fold over your front leg and drop a little deeper like this. Whichever version you choose, hang out for a few breaths. This is one that you want to take a bit more slowly, not pop in and out of, so it takes a little time for the hips to release. And when you feel ready to come out, slowly walk your hands up. Mindfully release out of your bind if you've chosen to take one. Curl the left toes underneath, lift the leg, and press your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg into the air. Open the hip, bend the knee, and step the shin out wider than left wrist, whether you create the bind or fold forward. Let your breathing be steady and even through the nose, counting in for 4 and out for 4. And release your bind carefully. And take a breath in. And press yourself up using your hands. Curl toes underneath, lift the leg off the mat, and press your way back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep right leg into the air, and exhale, step right foot between hands. skip the left foot in about a half a step and plant your heel. Bow inwards and feel the stretch running along the backs of your legs. A breath or two here, and step the left leg forward to meet the right in a forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, rise to stand. Inhale and sweep your arms overhead. Exhale and release them down by your sides. Inhale, sweep arms overhead, and exhale, bow forward over your legs. Add a slight bend into the knees. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold and step the right leg back to the back of the mat. And skip your foot in a few steps. Angling your foot slightly in, heel slightly out. Take a few breaths here to bow inwards towards your leg, reaching forward with the crown of your head. Press weight into left foot, take a breath and shift your weight forward. Press into the left hand and begin to stack right hip over top of left. Flex through right foot and reach right fingertips up into the sky. You're welcome to take this variation, bending the knee and reaching hand for the foot, or using a strap here to help assist you as well if the bind is not available. Release slowly. Plant your right foot back down by the left. Inhale to lift halfway up and rise to stand. And sweep your arms down beside you. Take an inhale, sweep them overhead again, and exhale, bring them to heart center. Begin to balance your weight on your right foot. Extend your foot behind you. Find your balance. Open up the left hip by stacking it on top of right. Plant the right hand to the earth and open up and out through the left hand and arm. Bend through your knee, possibly creating a bind, pressing foot to hand. And step your foot back into a lunge. Drop the knee down and uncurl the toes. Press into the top of your foot and plant your hands to the inside of the right foot and knee. And shift your hips back into a half split Ardha Hanumanasana. And keeping them in line, bend your knee, shifting hips back into your lunge. Press weight into left hand, reach up and out through the right fingertips. And take a breath or two here. Frame the front foot. And step the right foot back to the left. Lower through Chaturanga, release your breath. Inhale, press up through Cobra. And exhale, curl toes, lift hips, and come into downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps into the air, bend the knees, step your foot between your hands. Find some length, drop the right knee down and uncurl the toes. Handful of breaths here in your lunge. Press weight into your right hand and open up through the left. Exhale, close to frame the front foot. Inhale, shift your hips back, flex toes. Straighten front leg. Bend the knee, come back into your lunge. And shift hips back one last time. Return to your lunge. And come into tabletop on hands and knees. Wrap the right arm over top of the left, twisting them up. Fingertips either reaching for the palm of your hand, or you can press the backs of the hands together. And feel a deep stretch in your shoulders. And slowly unwrap and rewrap in the opposite direction. Fingertips to the palm of hands or the backs of the hands to press together as well on the side. Slow, steady, even breathing in and out of the nose. Unwrap and interlace your fingers behind your back, feeling the shoulders pull away from ears. And really release the hands. Interlace the fingers together again in front of you and flip the palms in front, pressing them away from you and then upwards overhead. Drop the left palm to the earth as you reach up and out through the right fingertips, feeling a stretch through the side body. Inhale to come to center and exhale to lean opposite side. And take one more breath, come back to center. And find your seat. Plant the left hand onto the outer edge of left hip, right hand to left knee, and lean away. Can release your left hand off of your hip, reaching it overhead. Slowly come up with an inhale, and as you exhale, come into your twist on the other side. Planting left hand onto right knee, right hand onto hip, or possibly to reach it overhead. Inhale to come through center, and exhale, find a quiet seat. And this concludes today's flow. If you'd like to add on to your practice, you're welcome to take any number of the other flows that I offer, maybe another energizing one or another slow flow, just for a nice, calm, quiet practice. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and also leave comments if there are any requests for things you'd like to see for future videos. Namaste.